Hello everyone, this is John for PokerVIP.com, and in this video we are making part 23 of the Grinding TonyBet series. So only this part and part 24 remain. I've sat down at the three available tables, 10NL, 25NL and 50NL, and I'm trying to start a 25NL game here in the bottom left. I'm also on a couple of waiting lists, so I'm sure we'll get that fourth table up shortly. I'm going to just get straight into the action here, and I was going to go ahead and squeeze this, but just noticing BMW stack, I think I might actually just fold this, and also just be wary that under the gun might be limp raising. So I can just get out of the way of there. Got auto rebuy on, going to just go ahead and play. This video will be 30 minutes long, and if you want to come and sign up to TonyBet and give it a go, please get the link in the description. Queen 8 we're going to fold. Looking at the tables, not that many names I recognise. Lolik is the only one. I think he's a Poker VIP player. So that's probably why he's not playing me, is because he knows I'm good, which is fine. So what I'll do, actually I don't want that 5NL table. I'm going to wait for a better opportunity, better table to come up rather than just playing like any random 5NL game with a short stack on. I prefer to wait. Here with the Queen 9, I think we can just go ahead and fold. We're going to be dominated so often post-flop when we hit a pair. If it was suited though, I'd definitely come along. Going to go ahead and 3-bet the Kings, very standard. Notice he's deeper than 100 big blinds, but that could really mean anything. But obviously we are just playing 100 big blinds effective. He goes ahead and puts the 4th bet in. At this stage, I mean, with this short stacking, we could maybe call so this guy overcalls. I don't think that would be a bad play. But with 1150 in there and 22 back, I mean, it's just a very clear all-in here with kings and hope we get caught by worse. Obviously, only aces beat us, so it's just going to be unlucky if that is the case. Really good scenario here running into 2 aces. Really crazy turn card there for us. There were some outs. Jack, diamond, or 10 for parts of the pot. But we end up just going ahead and shipping that one and almost tripling up within our first few hands. Ace Jack's obviously a terrible get in there. He's going to be crushed pretty much always. And the Ace King, the call behind. It's okay, I mean, it's whatever. I think we're waiting for a new player to join that table, is why it's taking long. Or maybe, yeah, somebody's trying to buy in or something. Queen 10 suited under gun top left, standard open, as is the Ace 6 suited in the cutoff. Definitely go ahead and bet here. I would definitely prefer if there was like a diamond on this flop, because then there's a lot of great turn cards. But even without it, we can go ahead and rep those drive boards and, you know, start double barreling and triple barreling on certain cards and getting value when we hit and so on. A6, I thought 3 of a kind, backdoor nut flush draw, very strong hand, but still decided to bet because I would bet all of my bluffs there as well. So it just helps us stay balanced. I was gonna go for the re-ISO, but again, noticing this guy's stack size is gonna be a fold. Make a straight here, just gonna bet the minimum and hope to get some action. Nice. Ace Jack, this guy limped, I raised, then we saw a really crazy flop for our hand, and one that's probably good for his. And he shows 5-7 off on the end when we got some showdown value and didn't really have to bluff or do anything. But yeah, he limp called for 5x with 5-7 off on the button, so we have a confirmed bad player. Raise the 6-7 suited. Defend a 3-bet, fold the junk. This will be a fold with a 6-7. I would definitely float if any of these cards were a spade, because there's some good turn cards, but when there's not a spade or any immediate outs, I'm going to go ahead and fold. No shame in that. Big pot going on top left. Board pairs the river. I think Tony S was flush drawing there, maybe a combo draw. Raise and take it with ace king. Games look good, pretty loose, lots of random stack sizes around. Pretty much the norm now for TonyBet. Also, TonyBet are part of this season's online pokerleague.com. 30,000 added, all the major poker rooms. Starts December 11th and runs to January 15th. Make sure you check that out, onlinepokerleague.com. A6 suited, very easy check call on flop, and turn will be exactly the same thing. Goes check here. I think I'm just going to lead small. Bit of a value blocker bet type situation. King Jack, high flop top pair, King Kicker on quite a wet board, so I'm just going to continue to bet and bet quite large. I'm going to defend the King Queen. This Burbakis has been the limper. He's a weak player. I can certainly just go ahead and just call pre here with the hand that's going to dominate enough of his range, and also just be quite easy to play post flop. Not going to allow any limping top right. And looks like the game bottom left's going to begin. Didn't allow any limping, going to now start betting my top pair. Turns into 3 of a kind, which is great. Going to just continue to around half pot it. He calls really quick again. I think he's got like a 6. So I'm just going to go half pot, half pot, half pot. And just print some money from him. I'd imagine I had like 5-6 suited or A6. 6-9 suited. So this hand was pretty face up, and I think we got the maximum there. I just think our bet sizing means he will just never feel worried, and he'll be happy to just call, and just from his timing and stuff, it just becomes very easy to like crush his soul there. Sevens, I'm going to check back the turn. I'm going to call the river, or just check back. Don't think I'm going to get too much value out of a 3 or a 6, and he's just going to have lots of missed draws and a couple of 8s that beat us as well that we can't get to fold. So happy to just go to showdown and win that one. And I imagine this bottom left table will fill pretty quickly. So that makes it 10 NL, 225 NLs, and 150 NLs. Button raise the 9-7 off. Going to be opening pretty much every button when playing heads up. A7, going to defend again. And go for a check call. Turn aces up. Definitely can't. He'll continue to barrel as well, so it'll be a very easy check call again. And I'll probably call a lot of rivers that don't, they'll complete a lot of draws. So this is definitely one of those rivers I'll check call on. King 4, I just bet my bottom pair and fold. King 10 suited. I think I defended, so I'm going to go ahead and check there. Don't love this situation with the A7, but he's on the button, I'm on the big blind. He's going to be putting me on lots of King 10 with a 10 of clubs type hands, Jack 10 with a 10 of clubs. I don't think he's going to think I'm ever as strong as A7, so I'm just going to go ahead and call that one. And yeah, he's got the nut flush blocker. So that one's pretty straightforward. It's just our hand is just really strong, and his doesn't have to be. And prop bets is a reg who we've seen in the last couple of videos, who we know is, quite capable of running these kind of things, so that's cool. King Queen I could 3-bet, I could just call. I tend to mix it up, heads up. Decide to just call that time. And we're going to float the flop. A6 suited I raise versus a limper. I think I just check here and hope he bluffs. It's going to be one of those cards he reps. He's going to put me on lots of 5s and deuces, and he's going to bet a lot of kings, so that's good. Check raising here. I actually quite like, just in case he does have some of the king jack or king 10 type hands, and it might also confuse him to call me with like a 9. But yeah, he's just going to be bluffing a lot there. But I do think we can get some value by raising. I think it just confuses him a lot. And I think it's going to be very hard to fold if he has a king, like a king jack or a king 10. So I thought I'd just go for thin value there. It's not that thin, to be honest. Just sometimes a spot lots of people call. I'm going to go for a fold with a jack queen. I'm going to go ahead and c-bet the 4s. This is the guy who, limp called with 7-5 off, so that's fine by me. 3-bet the ace king, obviously a monster heads up. And a really good flop for us. One that I'm just going to bet really small on, because I would definitely do this with a lot of my bluffs as well, like same size. He makes a call, so you're 9 on the turn. 8-10 gets there, but that's about it. I'm going to keep my sizing quite small again. Just because he's going to have like lots of ace 10s, like ace rags, so we can just go for that. And I'm going to bet small on the river, and basically, if he jams, I'll snap. But I'm just trying to get basically called by a jack or a worst ace at this point. But he folds pretty quick. He's just never going to be that strong, So we want to give him a chance to hero call us, thinking he's getting a good price. Or maybe allow him to make a mistake by inducing him to raise with such a small size.
Power off.
Do apologise for that. That is my Bluetooth speaker. 6s I open, I just see bet an ace high board, turning our hand into a bluff, it's cool. And once I get called, I'll just shut down. Hopefully hit 6. Nope. We could continue to try and bluff, but the pot's so small it's going to be hard to make a size that gets a fold. Unless we go like, 3 times pot or something. But it just kind of seems unnecessary in that spot. I'm not going to allow this guy to limp, just ever. And the ace deuce, I'm just going to try and win the pot with a bet. We get check min raised, and when there's nothing and nothing for us, it's going to be a fold. But I'd definitely fold if there was like a diamond, something like that, because we can turn in a straight draw, flush draw, or even just an ace. But when it's just really a board that doesn't help us like that one, we can fold. Big pot going on top left. And again, we're just not going to allow that limping bottom left. Okay, he limp raises, we're going to have to peel, because we're in position, we have an ace, and it's such a small size. We flop 2 pair here, so for me this will just be an all-in. It really sucks if he does have us crushed. But once you get to this stage, and there's 760 in the middle, he's got 5 back, and there's draws, and he could literally have anything. It's an all-in, and hope for the best spot. And yeah, we actually have him absolutely crushed. That is probably one of the best spots to have somebody in. Thanks. So that's just a guy who just wanted to go broke and lose some money, which is fine by me. I'm just going to call with a king 4. Definitely want to be in pots with him, but I don't really want to bloat the pot with this hand out of position. So yeah, we flop top pair in a backdoor draw, and we will probably not be folding this hand. Pretty easy call. Hopefully ball just folds, and then we can just crush this guy. This turn's good and bad. Obviously, like 2 pairs get there, like Jack Queen, Ace 10, 9, 8, Ace 10 gets there, but we think this guy's just a bit of a lunatic, so we're just going to continue to call and not fold. Queen again, not a great river, but I just don't think we can ever fold versus this guy, so it's just a couple of calls. And yeah, ace 5. So this guy's just free money, guys. And up top left, you saw me re-ISO prop bets. He got absolutely hammered by me last time. Looks like we're going to get this last €1 off the fish, which is good with the kings. We'd obviously like if he reloaded, but I'll take a euro with kings any day. 8-3 off. Can we lose it on both runs? Nope. Locked up the first run. And looks like we're going to lock... Ooh, don't speak too soon. And we lock up the second, so happy days. We got every single penny. So a fish sat down on the table with 2 buy-ins, and we got the lot. He's now reloaded, so let's go again. Hopefully everyone just stays out of my way and lets me have my fun with him. I mean, it's super high variance, especially if a player behind us, but I'm just going to ship this in and try and get it heads up versus Sarah. Looks like BMW trapped me, though, which sucked. Yeah, 9s, that's cool. He played that really well, just calling, assuming that this would play out behind, so fair respect to him. I was obviously just wanting to get, 40 bigs in versus Sarah there. Sometimes it will play out like that. Not always. And, BMW can certainly think about folding 9s there if he's not, thought about it and, planned it out as we sort of, think he has. But either way, he got the most out of that situation and played it well. So sadly, we give him some of the money and the fish leaves, but I'm pretty happy with the way that hand, plays out. He didn't even have 100 big blinds, did Mr. BMW, so that's cool. Open King Queen and see bet the flop with our 2 overs and King High flush draw. And just taking it down there is a nice thing. Gonna go ahead and raise. We don't allow limpers. And we're gonna go ahead and call. And I'm gonna go ahead and bet. And I'm gonna go ahead and bet my deuce here. If he folds, then that's fine. If he raises or calls, then we'll definitely fold to the raise and decide what to do. If he calls, mainly just check it down. 7s I bet. I'm gonna go for a very easy check call on turn, especially versus that sizing. Ace 10, nice 3-bet spot. He now bombs it. He's repping like a king, or, better. I'm not too sure how many he can have, so I think I'm going to go ahead and call this one. And nice, we beat 4-5 suited. Turn the pair into a bluff. Ace 10, we raise, we get called. We're going to go for a check here. Bit of a pot control line. He can definitely have lots of queens in his range as well. Going to go for the re-ISO bottom left. Weak player limps, good player raises. Player then goes ahead and squeezes. I'm going to see bet the flop and make a call here with the ace 10. 8-9 gets there on the turn. Jack Queen we have to fold because we have nothing. Seven 10 we're going to go ahead and raise. He overbet jams, which is odd. I think I've just got to fold versus this sizing and how strange that is. Also, we block a hand like ace jack of clubs, which he could do this with, or something. So we can just go ahead and fold. I think he's just gonna have a decent queen there, or better. A couple of easy raises on the left hand side. Gonna go ahead and bet. I've got the really good turn cards of the 10 of hearts, for example, to come. 7's okay. If we can check it around here and get a free river, we can obviously improve with the 10 or possibly an ace. But who needs an ace when you can hit the 10? Imagine I've always got the best hand here. So I'm just going to bet half pot and hope to get called by something. Which we do. Gonna guess he had Jack 10. Feels like a 2-pair kind of spot. Jack 6. Was that 2-pair? Oh no. No. It was just a very weak Jack on a very wet board. Which, each to their own. Happy to get that value. So yeah, this is part 23 of 24. Gonna really miss this series. Gonna go full way here with a 9-10. Nice playable hand that can flop okay. Getting a good price, multi-way, all good. So yeah, it's this part and then one more, and we are out of here. Turn 2 pair here. Still have to kind of like proceed with caution, but I'm just going to start betting and see what happens. If we get raised, it's going to turn into a very weird, tricky spot, which we do, and it's a large raise as well, 3x. So he's repping a set or a straight or a better 2 pair, but I think a lot of better 2 pairs just call here. So he's kind of repping a set or a straight. We're going to go ahead and call for now, just in case he's got a hand like King Jack of clubs, Jack Queen of clubs, you know, something like that. 8-9 suited, we flop a straight draw, flush draw. We're going to just go ahead and flat, and we improve. I think here I can go ahead and fold the 9-10. I can just have way stronger hands to go ahead and call with there, like I said. King Queen, I'm going to fold. I'm just going to start betting my flush, not too scared of this guy behind if he's got me beat or whatever. Just going to be an all-in on the river and hope he calls me with a worse hand. Which there's plenty of, like a straight, a worse flush maybe, a pair, like with a queen and a deuce. Happy days. So good session. Obviously the only blip was the bottom left table when I had the 5s versus the fishes 10 jack, but the guy in the middle caught us. It's been pretty much about it where there's been something not go our way. Making really good money. I mean, almost tripled our stack top right, you know, up 30 big blinds top left, up bottom left, and also up bottom right. So really doing well here. Finishing the series strong. It's been so much fun. I know TonyBet have got some really cool things coming this winter, and like I mentioned, the onlinepokerleague.com, and just what that is to anyone who's watching this, wondering what the hell I'm on about. Basically, December 11th to January 15th, almost every night, one poker room will run one event, and that event will be anywhere from a $5 buy-in to a $25 buy-in. Every single tournament has money added to it, so the $5 ones have $250 added, and that's added, not guaranteed. Just free money added into the prize pool. And then the $25 one will have 1,000 added. And in between, you know, $350 added, $400 added, and so on. So you get to just play that tournament every night and make money from the tournament itself. But also your points go into the Online Poker League leaderboard, where there's around $15,000 added. And if you win that, you're probably going to get about 5k extra on top of everything you've won. But 20 places pay, and it's just a really cool way of building a bankroll, playing with a community, and you know, getting stuck in basically. King Queen, I called a 3-bet. Not loving this board, but certainly I'm going to go ahead and fold. Interesting turn card again. Could be really good for us, could be really bad for us, but we will not fold. Pretty much as simple as that, really. We've got top pair, king kicker, king high flush draw. He's repping some serious strength. 3-betting, c-betting, and betting this turn. We now make the king high flush. And if he bets again, then we're really going to assume this guy's got aces with the ace of spades or nothing. We just can never fold because the only hand we lose to is the ace of spades, and it would be a hand like ace king with ace spade, ace queen with ace spade, or aces with a spade. So sadly, it's just a call, even though I don't love it. And yeah, it's the ace 10 with a spade. That's a shame. He just barreled and got there, but what can you do? I think if we fold there, we can just be massively exploited. Pretty sick, good run out for the guy. Everything really went his way there. Like my hand versus his, him getting there. It could not be any better of a spot. And we lose a big pot there. How big was that? 40 euros. Big one, almost like an all-in. Sometimes they just get you guys. I'm going to go ahead and squeeze the ace king. I'm just going to go for a pot. I mean, that's pretty much a safe bet. Eight, nine suited, going to go ahead and call. Deuce is going to go ahead and flat button. Get squeezed there bottom right as well with the 8-9 suited. Could get interesting depending on what Nikolai's does. Okay, guys, I mean, we're getting like 4-1 with a very playable hand, so we're coming along. Sadly, we completely brick the flop. As bricky gets. You could build a house with so many bricks. If anyone else has got any cool brick puns, find them in the comments below. And by the way, anyone who is watching this on YouTube, can I just say hello and thanks for all your support. We really appreciate the subscribers, the thumbs up, and the comments. So thank you once again. Going to defend Queen Deuce. I mean, it's a very wide defend, but a min-raise versus a weaker player. Queen Deuce suited will be okay. I think I just start betting here. I think I just go half pot, half pot. And hope he has an ace or some sort of flush draw and calls me. Sadly, though, he folds. Gonna start sitting out and call it a video. All of my videos are around 30 minutes long. For me, I feel that's kind of where my edge is at the table, and for as long as I can talk and play and, you know, analyze, it's pretty much as long as I can go and give you the best type of content possible. But anyway, yeah, that was part 23. I'll be back with part 24. Any questions, any reviews, any comments, thumbs up, subscribers, likes, shares, please fire them in there. I am not begging, but I'm kind of begging. And I will see you for part 24. Get signed up, go look at the tables, and this was John for PokerVIP.com.